Yep. Okay, Kings. Okay. We needed that. Gotta win. Break up some of this damn negativity. I don't care who it was against. Yeah, Kings gotta win. At home, finally. Versus Portland. I ain't mad. I don't care who it is. They needed a win. They needed a win bad. Hopefully the vibes are back. Levine was smiling last night, feeling good about his scoring. I'm sure he scored 29 last night. At home, the Sacramento Kings were able to defeat the Portland Trailblazers in a pretty easy game where the Sacramento Kings offense was hitting on all cylinders, and they pretty much dominated most of the game. And the Kings win 128-107 at home in Sacramento versus the Portland Trailblazers. And as you can see here, and the Kings are still currently stuck in 9th place where they have been for a while now. They went up a little bit a month ago, but they are pretty much stuck here unless they are able to win about 5 or 6 games in a row, and these Clippers, Warriors, and Timberwolves teams start losing a bunch of games. The only thing Kings really have to fear are the Dallas Mavericks and the Suns, which really have a similar, if not the same, record as the Kings. And both of these teams have the chance to leapfrog the Kings and push the Kings out of play-in contention, which would not be good. But the Suns lost and the Mavericks won. So the Mavericks are still a half game behind the Kings, and the Suns are 1 whole game behind the Kings. Hey guys, before I get too far into the video, I ask, please click that like button for me. Also click that subscribe. If you don't have time to watch the whole video, click that like button, come back later, click that subscribe button so you can at least see the next episode after the next Kings game. I appreciate you. And I would like to say, welcome YouTube, and to all you Kings fans out there, to all my friends and my folks, it's your guy, Jay Woods, aka Shy the Man, and I'm back at you with another episode of the Kings Morning After Midday Cup of Joe with Jay.
I love it.
As you can see, the J Cup is back in play. Cup of Joe and the J Cup. And that Cup of Joe today is strong, it's lively, and it's getting it done. Kind of like the Kings last night. And today is March 28th, 2025. And the day is, you know what day it is. You know what day it is. Yeah. It's Friday. End of the work week Friday. Or I might change the name to Festive Friday. Because Fridays are so festive, right? End of the work week Friday. Even though I work weekends, but you know, Friday just has that festive feel to it, you know. End of the work week, go out to eat, you know, whatever you do on a Friday, kick it, drink, you know, you get to sleep in the next day, you know, if you don't work in the mornings or whatever. So Festive Friday, end of the work week, Festive Friday. And my cup of Joe for today is the Kings gotta win. Yeah, it's against Portland. And the Kings actually knocked them out of play-in contention last night with that loss. They can't even make it to play-in at this point. So Kind of tells you how bad Portland is. But for me, a win is a win. And the Kings need every win that they can get right now currently. Yeah, the Trailblazers were in 12th place, 32 and 42. So with about 9 games left in the season, I don't know. I think they still have a chance to get into the play-in. I don't think they were eliminated yet. So, but one thing that has happened is the Thunder have clinched the conference. So the Thunder, balling their asses off, have clinched the conference. And for our Kings, for my Kings, man, you know, it was really good to see Zach LaVine wake up and have 29 points. And it was really good to see Keegan Murray last night. Keegan Murray was playing super aggressive and it looked good. It looked like could be a positive for our future with Keegan Murray playing aggressively on offense. We already know he plays defense pretty well. He's always guarding the best player on the opposite team, on the ops. But his offense, you know, he kind of takes a back seat to some of the other guys. Last night, he was going for it. He was going for his. And I don't know if it's the fact that his brother was on the other side, the other team, and he's showing off or something like that. But, man, it was good to see Keegan Murray being aggressive. And our guy, Malik Monk, our dog, was back in the lineup. So the offense was clicking at the end of the game. You know, he's clutch. So he's going to be scoring at the end of the game. But one thing I noticed is he didn't start. And it might be because he's still coming back from his sickness, from his illness or whatever is going on. He's still trying to get back into conditioning. So Keon Ellis started. And Monk came off the bench. Monk still did his thing at the end of the game. And he still scored more points than Keon Ellis. But it was just an interesting transaction. And I'm wondering if it had to do with his conditioning or if this is something Doug Christie is going to try to do moving forward. It might be good for the chemistry. You know, I love Malik Monk, and he finally gets to start after all these years of being with the Kings and proving himself. So I hope it doesn't like hurt his feelings or mess with his ego or anything. Because, yeah, he's a better player than Keon, but for chemistry's sake, for us not having a true point guard, this layout might be better because we need points off the bench. We need that microwave to come off the bench, you know, that heater, that guy that can get hot at any time, some scoring off the bench, you know. And it doesn't matter if you start, it matters how much you play and if you're there at the end of the game. So I thought that was pretty interesting to see Malik Monk didn't start. And for chemistry, it was good. You know, and this is a Portland team. It's not like a super good team or a championship level team. So I'm curious to see how that would look with that. But it was a cool switch. It worked for last night. It worked for last night. And the Kings offense was really clicking. I mean, by halftime, they were already winning by like 18 points. At that point, they just needed to make sure they held on to the lead and didn't lose the lead with this young upcoming team. So Kings got a win. You know, looked like they're hitting on all cylinders. LaVine looked aggressive. Keegan Murray looked aggressive. Keon Ellis had like 6 steals last night, so he was out there going crazy. And DeMar DeRozan had the most assists last night. And Sabonis getting his 19 rebounds, rebounding his ass off like he usually does. It looked good. The game looked good last night. The vibes were back, feeling good. So I was happy for the Kings. Hopefully they can use this to keep going. I mean, they're still 1-5 in their last 5 games. So hopefully they can use this as some momentum going into this road trip. They just finished that homestand. Now they got to get on the road for like a week and a half. So this is going to be tough. This is going to be a true season tester here at the end of the season. And then guess who they play the last game of the season? The Phoenix Suns, who might be right there tied. It might be the game that decides who makes it to the play-in. We'll see. But for here on out, the Kings need to play how they played last night. And they need to play balls to the wall and don't take nothing for granted. And don't take none of these teams for granted. Bottom line, the Kings morning after. Bottom line. Today's bottom line is... So my bottom line for today is pretty much like I was just saying, you know, they got to balls to the wall, go all out, play like they played last night. The chemistry was looking good last night. Blueprint last night's game as far as what you want to do moving forward. Levine was aggressive. His threes were hot. He was hitting. He was driving to the basket. Same with Keegan Murray. He needs to keep driving to the basket, playing that aggressive offense that he was playing. And Sabonis was down there helping out on D, being that big guy, the rebounder that we need down there. Kings need to blueprint this moving forward and keep playing like this type of game moving forward, and include some really good defense, include some really good closeouts. Don't let guys just shoot threes all over you. Maybe even play defense from half court. You know, start at half court with how good some of these teams can shoot threes. You got to guard them from half court. You can't guard them behind the three-point range anymore, because if you get screened, you're going to be out of position. And so Kings blueprint this game. It was a lesser team, but you know the way they played is how they need to play, especially on offense, for the rest of the season. And that's my bottom line. I'm gonna give you some quick stats. Alrighty, back to this screen, and as you can see, the Kings outscored the Trailblazers by 9 points in the first. They outscored them by 9 points in the second. So that's how they had an 18-point lead by the half. Third quarter, they matched us, and in the fourth quarter, we outscored them by 3 points, which led to a 21-point win for the Kings last night. And for the Trailblazers, their leading scorer was Denny Avdeja with 24 points. Shaedon Sharpe pitched in 22. Leading assist getter for them was a guy off the bench, Scoot Henderson, with 6. Anthony Simons had 5. Anthony Simons also had a good game with 20. He was warming up at the end of the game, scaring the Kings fans a little bit. And Denny Avdeja scored 9, pulled down 9 rebounds for the Trailblazers. And for the Sacramento Kings, their leading scorer was our new guy, Zach LaVine, with a big 29 points. And DeMar DeRozan with 10 big assists, playing de facto point guard last night, I guess. Keon Ellis got the start. He only had 2 assists. Malik Monk had 2 assists, but he did have 16 points off the bench, which is some great scoring off the bench for the Kings. And our blue-collar worker, Domantas Sabonis, with 19 huge rebounds. Team stats, Kings shot way better than the Trailblazers. They had 65%. Trailblazers are about 40%. Trailblazers actually hit 6 more three-pointers than the Kings. Both percentages were okay. Their percentage was 32. Kings was 37. Free throws, Kings hit 1 more free throw than them. Rebounds, Kings had way more rebounds, and maybe that was the difference. They had about 14 more rebounds than them, which is 14 more possessions than they had. 23 assists to 10 turnovers for them. 24 assists to 20 turnovers for us, which is not good at all. It's kind of horrible, actually. 20 turnovers is ridiculously crazy. It could have been bad for the Kings, but last night against the team that they played, it was not. And the Kings had 60 points in the paint to 32. I'm going to do a real quick eye test today. The Kings pretty much dominated the whole game, but I'm going to show you this first quarter, which is the quarter where they scored the most. And they outscored the Portland Trailblazers by 9 in this and the second quarter. So their first half was great, and then they closed it out in the second half, which is how you're supposed to do it. Avdia is such a good young player.
Keegan Murray, I mentioned, had 28 points. He was on a heater the other night against OKC.
Keegan Murray.
Anthony Simons.
Ooh.
And you talked about it earlier.
Anthony Simons busting threes out there. Look at Keegan. Look how fast Keegan Murray's running. Bump a guy and dunk on his face. Keegan Murray, can we see more of that?
It's a lot of different guys involved in
Murray.
And he was dead-eye last night. He was busting from 3.
Has seen enough. Sabonis into the strong hand.
and I applaud the patience from you don't want to get a bad shot. You still want to continue to work for the good one.
Here's Tomas once again being patient. Get into his spot.
Domantas Sabonis with the pretty post-up move.
Basketball, 8 on the clock.
Zach, I like that down low game right there. Get it close to the basket for an easy shot for him. This is where the Kings started pulling away a little bit.
Got it. Zach LaVine. Rosen. Malik's first touch under 4 to play.
Oh, Malik, I thought he was going to dunk on him right there. Malik driving to the basket off the bench. Matisse Thybulle, good young player.
Fires it out, 8 on the clock. Simon, oh wow.
Anthony Simons, he was balling out there.
JB got through his head up top, but stayed with it. Bottled up, turnover. Here come the Kings. Sacramento on top by 7. Lyles.
Oh!
Excuse me,
On top by 7, Trey Lyles comes in and hits a big 3. We're up by 7 at this point.
Time to get busy. DeRozan.
DeMar DeRozan using that midi game. He has to be careful. I swear he's going to step on somebody's foot every time he shoots a jumper.
So when you come out on him, he has the ability to go inside and challenge you.
And Keon Ellis with the beautiful shooting. He is pretty much a 3 and D point guard. And my guy, float game, Monk. Nice rebound by Valanciunas. So that's how the first quarter kind of looked. Let's see how they kind of close it out real quick. They already had a big lead pretty much most of the game. So about the middle of the fourth quarter, as you can see, the Kings were up by 19 still. 21 at this, or what, yeah, 22 at that point. With Keon Ellis busting threes in everybody's face. Woo. That was nice. Quick steal, quick dunk.
3 Kings players with 20 or more tonight. And
Keon Ellis wasn't playing with him, stealing and dunking on him. Keon Ellis was that glue that we needed last night, and he had a very good game with 6 steals and a few dunks. So that's how that game looked. I mean, it was pretty much the Kings just outscoring them. They didn't really have to play much defense, and Portland Trailblazers really just didn't have an answer for the Kings at all. And that was pretty much the story of the game. And next up, the Sacramento Kings will be in Orlando facing off versus the Magic. And that game is Saturday at 2 p.m. Be there or be square. And subscribe to my channel so that you can check out the next episode the day after that game. You can watch the next episode of this show, The Kings Morning After, where I'll analyze that game as well. And all you have to do is just click that subscribe button. Click that like button for your boy. Helps me kick the algorithm's ass. We're trying to grow this channel. And the Orlando Magic are led by Paolo Banchero, not sure how that's pronounced, Franz Wagner, and the Wagner boys. The Wagner boys, as Shaq would say. Jalen Suggs, Moritz Wagner. Oh, Wagner. The other Wagner boy. The Wagner brother. Mac McClung is still on the team, or is he down in the G Leagues right now? Anthony Black, Goga Bitadze. I'm not even sure how to say that. Trista Da Silva, a new rookie guy. Cole Anthony. Jonathan Isaac, Wendell Carter, and Contavious Caldwell-Pope. Corey Joseph, Jet Howard, just to name a few guys at the top of their roster. Paolo Banchero is a exciting young player, great scorer. His game reminds me of Carmelo Anthony's game when he was in his prime. They got some good young European guys in the Wagner brothers. Jalen Suggs, great upcoming young point guard. They just got a new foreign French guy in Tristan Da Silva, who's a good player. Cole Anthony is a good point guard, plays defense. So this team is a young upcoming team. They are currently 8th. They're similar record to ours, 35 and 39, and they're holding on to the 8th spot right now. They've lost one recently. So this team, is going to come out and play against us hard. They want that 8th spot. They want to move up if possible. This is not going to be a walkover game where we can just go in there and enforce our will upon a younger team. We're going to have to go out there and play this team well. We're going to have to play them the way we played Portland last game. If they can play this team the way they played Portland, they can win. They're going to have to be aggressive on offense, and they're going to have to hold their guys tight on defense, guard guys above the three-point line, and make good closeouts, make good switches, and close out the halves with defense and aggressive scoring, and maybe even drives to the basket, and they can beat this team. All right, betting lines. Let's check out these betting lines real quick. This is BetUS. So a site I use, it's like a traditional casino sports book. I really like this site because you can bet on any sport. They have prop bets and all types of stuff. They have parlay bets. I like to use this site to bet on boxing on the weekends whenever there's a big boxing event. It's kind of fun to throw some money down on some guys. Sometimes you can find a good underdog. The best bracket is still on. Take your shot at $100,000. So you could make a could have made a bracket, March Madness bracket. That looks like League Monk a little bit right there. But anyway, let's go here on basketball. And for tonight's games, the Kings don't play tonight. They play tomorrow on Saturday. But if you go here, check out the games for basketball. We're not going to look at college right now. There's some pretty good games going on tonight. Some of the late games here are 9 Eastern, I believe that is. They have the Utah Jazz in Denver going against the Nuggets. Nuggets are favored by 18.5. You got the Knicks out in Milwaukee playing against the Bucks. That game is even. You call it. And they also have the Warriors out in New Orleans playing against the Pelicans. And they say the Warriors are going to win that by 16. So, so say you did a parlay bet right quick. Put your $5 in there. You would win 30 on that. Teaser bet, put $5 in. But yeah, I'm in California. So if you want to do some sports betting, I recommend this site. There's a link in the description below that'll help out the channel if you use it. Click that link, explore the site. You'll get some free money if you deposit some money. Why not? There's also a Prize Picks link down below that helps the channel as well. So click either one of those links if you want to start betting. It helps out the channel. Thanks. And I got a question for you guys. How are you guys feeling now about the Kings currently? Especially with the Suns and the Dallas Mavericks right on their heels, right on their toes, and the Dallas Mavericks actually winning like I want to say it's like 3 games in a row recently. Well, this says that they won 1, but I want to say as long as AD's been in the lineup, they've won 3. They've won every game that they've had AD in the lineup, so that's going to be interesting to watch right there. We don't want these guys to catch up to us, the Mavericks and Suns, so Kings got to keep winning. So how do you guys feel? Do you think the Kings are going to stay in 9th? Do you feel they're going to move up? Or do you think they're going to fall out of the play-in altogether? Make a comment below. Answer that question. Make a comment below. And if you make a comment before I make my next video, I'll put your comment in the next video. So that'll be something cool to look out for. And also, guys, this is the point when I ask, if you're still watching my video to this point, go ahead and click that like button. I must have said something entertaining. I must have had some type of review, some type of analysis that sparked your interest. Please click that like button. It helps me grow, helps me kick the algorithm's ass. Also, click that subscribe button. Please subscribe. You could click the logo there. You could click right there where the subscribe, but wherever the subscribe button is, please click it. We're a small channel. We don't have a bunch of subscribers yet. We're new. We're trying to grow. We want to do some live game watch stuff, but we can't do that without subscribers. So if you're into Kings talk, Kings news, basketball talk in general, click that subscribe button for your boy. And if you share this content, that would be amazing. If you share, that'll bring some more eyeballs to the content as well. Share it to any of your social medias. I'd really appreciate that. And make a comment. Making comments help me kick the algorithm's ass as well. Thank you. And I got a motivational quote for you guys today. Through my extensive research on Google, I have found this quote. All right, I got a pretty good quote here, kind of similar to a quote that I've used in the past. And this is by Ralph Waldo Emerson. And this is by Ralph Waldo Emerson. And it goes like this. What you do speaks so loudly that I can't even hear what you say. Yep, and if you watch this show, you know one of my favorite sayings is from the streets of Sac. We used to hear the OGs say, don't talk about it, be about it. Which kind of goes along with this quote. You know, don't talk about it. Don't tell me what you're going to do it. Actually doing it speaks way louder than your voice. What you do speaks so loudly that I cannot even hear what you say. And that's by Ralph Waldo Emerson. And who was Ralph Waldo Emerson, you might ask? He was a guy that lived around in the 1800s. And he was a prolific American writer, poet, lecturer, and philosopher. Whatever I just said, I don't know. and he became one of the leading figures of the mid-19th century. Transcendentalist. That's a hard word to say. Movement and transcendentalism combine elements of mysticism, Unitarianism, and emphasize individual freedom in nature while questioning societal rules. His original calling was as a Unitarian minister, but he left the ministry to pursue writing and public speaking. So pretty much he's a writer and a motivational speaker is pretty much what he is. And that was an excellent quote by him. And he said that a long time ago. So this stuff has been around for a long time. But anyway, guys, that's pretty much all that I have for you guys today. I appreciate you watching me this far. I would really appreciate it if you clicked that like and that subscribe button. I'd also appreciate it if you shared and made a comment. Also, the Kings play Saturday, so that means we'll have another episode the day after that game. So hopefully you'll be back to watch the next episode of the Kings Morning After Midday Cup of Joe and Jay. Yeah, and with that, I'm out. But before you go, check out these moves. It's good.